Kim, we were just talking about how you utilize our advisor resource center to help you, you and your team save time on, like portfolio analysis and comparing against what you might want to propose. Um, how often do you use this service, and do you use Riskalyze as well besides the Morningstar? But and so I guess how often and how do you use it? And how does it help you?
Great question. And I use your team quite a bit, actually, forwarding all of the holdings of, for existing clients, their portfolio, having that entered in Morningstar, working on something while I'm waiting for that to come back so that I can look at style boxes and, allocation, do a high level check on how they're doing, and then comparing that with Riskalyze and other things transpire with the Riskalyze, making sure that we're still in alignment, have something changed with them since our last review or as a proposal are very valuable.
So when you're using our investment models, is having all of our models inside of Riskalyze and being updated, is that helpful in terms of saving time and making it quick for you to, look at maybe a proposed portfolio or something that you're managing that you might want to put into our models?
It really is. And I can look at the exposure of risk, the expense ratio comes right up. You can mute and unmute particular pieces of a portfolio to dissect. Am I looking at that portfolio with or without a 529, with or without an outside account? So I find it very valuable. And
Yeah,
then
I
you
think
can align that with the models.
a couple of things I've wrestled with in the past is whether or not we should be supplying that high level of service. In terms, when I say high, I mean, advisors will send in sometimes 7 or 8 different account statements from prospects that they have. And it takes us a lot of time to enter that into the Morningstar to do the analysis work. And then the other thing that I've thought about is, because we don't charge for that, of course. And then another thing that I've thought about is, should we be doing a lot of the inputting that we do for non-fee-based financial plans or even the fee-based plans, because it's really not a profit center for the firm. I just always believe that the more billable hours that we can create for the advisor, they will do more business and will benefit that way. And it lines us and makes us kind of unique in our value proposition. Would you say that prior to joining our group, were you doing a lot of plans? And if you weren't, was it because it was very difficult to execute? And then were you managing your own portfolios before and doing your own research and trading, or were you using a third party? So I guess both planning and investment, wanted to kind of ask you about that before and after.
I was not doing formal plans, certainly modular type planning for the client, but the time that it takes to learn the software, enter the data, and have that meeting with the client, I was not getting that fully off the ground, to be honest with you. And part of the appeal of joining up with you was exactly that. I can hand the entire package to Amber and her team, have everything entered, be working on the next step, for that prospect while that's being prepared, or existing client. And then having her even sit down the meeting, she'll do that and present with me. She navigates e-money like nobody's business, and I don't. I would be much slower at it, so it saves time. Has her there with us to answer questions I may not have the answer to.
And again, how are you managing portfolios before joining us?
I was building them out myself, using a combination of funds and ETFs, comparing that with Riskalyze to be sure we're on track, but honestly, probably not the most efficient use. And I'm sure that I was missing things that would be more applicable to those clients and drive down expenses, for example, stock baskets and such. So transitioning those folks into models frees up a ton of time. And I feel like they're getting, an even better result with it. So
great. Well, we appreciate you, as you know, and thank you for sharing that with us today. Thanks, Kim.
absolutely. Thank you.